Gleaming glass buildings, massive concrete pillars, and those fake smiles in suits welcoming you at the door. Most people think a bank sells trust and establishes financial partnerships, but banks are not institutions built to help people. They are cold mathematical softwares that do not care about your character or morals, shaping themselves solely according to the numerical data on the screen in front of them. The moment you walk through the door, the amount of money in your pocket determines whether you are a nobody or a god in the eyes of the system. Now, let's examine that raw mechanical reality behind those gleaming lobbies and see how the system changes masks according to the color of your money. Remember, this is not a story of loyalty. This is entirely the money market. Introduction: the bank's cold algorithm. You have $0 in your account, and you desperately need that minimum wage job to survive. In the eyes of the bank, you are not a customer. You are a cost burden loaded onto the system's back. When you walk into the branch, the distant, suspicious gaze of the security guard is fixed directly upon you. When you want to take a queue number, the machine gives you a number for that line at the very back, the one that never moves. The messages on your phone are only about unpaid bills, late interest fees, and foreclosure warnings. When you call customer service, you don't even reach a human. AI robots drown you amidst those never-ending menus. The system knows your desperation very well and is designed to keep you as far away from those doors as possible. You bow your head, silently endure that latest transaction fee charged by the ATM, and leave the branch like an invisible shadow. Level 2. $1,000. The prey in the cage. You have $1,000 in your account and are trying to live on a regular salary. This is precisely that dangerous hunting ground the banking system loves and feeds on the most. You are not the owner of the money. You are that ideal slave the system wants to bind to its lifelong wheel of interest. That ordinary teller at the branch hands you the highest limit credit card and an instant cash loan, as if doing you a huge favor. Those gleaming plastic cards offered to you are not freedom. They are the legal documents of the confiscation of your future labor. The bank wants you to pay that minimum amount each month, never finish the debt, and regularly pay interest to the system. With that temporary feeling of relief inside you, you sign the contract and leave half of your salary in the gears of that cold wheel with your own hands every month. Level 3. $10,000. An ordinary statistic. You have $10,000 in your account, and you rely on the protection of that modest shield you've saved to secure your future. Your queue number moves just one click forward on the screen, but you still feel the coldness of those grand lobbies. The bank collects this money of yours in its own pool, sells it as credit to large conglomerates, but gives you only a laughable interest rate crushed under inflation. While you think your money is safe, the system is silently making massive profits off your labor. When you call the customer representative, you might now find slightly more than an AI robot, perhaps an intern reciting your name by heart. But you are still just an ordinary deposit provider for the system, replaceable at any moment. Your money sits in the bank's vault. The bank grows, while your money continues to melt away with inflation as a static number on that digital screen. Level 4. $100,000. Fake prestige. Premium. You have $100,000 in your account, and you have finally managed to stand out from that ordinary crowd. The moment you walk into the branch, you no longer need to join those long, ordinary teller lines. The security guard immediately directs you to those private, semi-transparent rooms on the right with premium or gold written on the door and leather armchairs inside. The smartly dressed representative sitting at the desk in front of you hands you a fancy black prestige card and asks how you take your coffee. In that moment, in that fake world, you feel like a very special, very powerful elite. However, the true purpose of that room is to melt that $100,000 into their own high-commission corporate funds, keeping you within the system without losing your money to real outside investments. With the thrill of that fake prestige offered to you, you hand over control of your money to them, lean back, and accept that you are a loyal customer of the system. Level 5. $1 million. Private banking. You have $1 million in your account, and you are no longer a corporate number, but a real financial persona for the system. You no longer go to the branch. The bank's chic top-floor private banking center comes to your feet. Your private customer representative is directly at the end of your personal phone line 24 hours. Those secret, behind-closed-doors hedge funds that the bank never shows to ordinary people, conglomerate media, and small investors are opened up for you. The formulas of tax regulations, legal loopholes, and how to hide your money from the government are secretly explained to you in those private rooms. The system doesn't drown you with money. On the contrary, it lays before you those massive leverages and privileges that will grow your money even more. The balance of power has shifted for the first time. The bank practically stands at attention before you not to lose your money. Level 6. $10 million. Partner of the system. Immunity. You are now at the zenith. You have exactly $10 million in your account, and you are no longer an ordinary customer of the bank, but a vital funding source and partner of the system itself. Your presence in that bank is a massive fuel that directly determines the bank's lending volume and power in the market. The chairman of the bank's board of directors personally meets you at private dinners. The bank's equity positions are shaped according to your decisions. If you threaten to withdraw your money from that bank, you can turn the balance of an entire branch or regional directorate upside down in seconds. At this level, there is no need for laws, tax audits, or standard protocols. The bank builds secret financial fortresses for you in offshore accounts. They know very well that if you sink, the bank will sink too. Therefore, the system fights with all its might to protect you and make you untouchable. Conclusion. Deep systemic questioning. Do you know what those logos and colors at the entrances of the bank's gleaming glass buildings represent? Not the modern world offering equal financial services to everyone. They are corporate masks hiding how those cold algorithms inside turn you into either a slave or a master, depending on the amount of money in your pocket. Laws and banking rules are only meant to control small money and keep it within the system. Massive money, however, writes those very rules itself. While the system uses the desperation of the moneyless as fuel, it spins that giant wheel forever with the power of those who have money. Now look in the mirror and think about the number on the bank's cold screen. On which rung of this system is your value as a human being completely reduced to zero? Or have you already become one of those who took that $1 million share of immunity and leaned back? Because for banks, justice or equality are merely cheap words used in commercials, but in the real ledgers behind those gleaming buildings, only two things are written: risk and reward. Money doesn't just buy goods or services, money also buys how low bank employees will bow before you. Those great financial crises you see in the world today are proofs of how banks crush those without money while hiding the crimes of those with money in overseas accounts. Those silenced small debtors, those hidden massive bad loans, those erased billion-dollar account movements are the true sustenance of that great machine. And that machine will become even more ruthless as long as you are a slave to money. As the levels rise, that cold face of the bank changes, just like the color of money. In the end, all that remains is a fictional financial order ruled by those who have money. Now, look at that great scale again. Does your freedom weigh more, or the fake glare of that imaginary credit amount to be placed before you? They say everyone has a price in this system. Perhaps the real question is not how much your price is, but with what number the bank enslaves you. And the game will continue until you remain completely silent. As the glass towers of banks rise into the sky, the shadows they leave behind deepen with each passing day. Getting lost in those shadows